All right, we're live now. Good evening, everyone. This is Pradeep from GETI, the Global Education and Training Institute of Lucknow, and you are on our disruptive education platform provided to us by our mentor, Dr. Sunita Gandhi. And on this platform, we have interacted with more than 950 educators from India and all over the world. And today we have for you Mrs. Kiran Prajapati, educationist and counselor, Manodarpan, NCERT, Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. She is an MBA from the APJ Abdul Kalam University of UP. She is an MEd from the Regional Institute of Education, Bhopal. She's done an MA in English from Bhopal University, and she has done an international diploma in guidance and counseling from the NCERT Bhopal. She has an experience of 7 years. Now she is pursuing an MA in psychology from the MLB College, Bhopal. Besides for this, she is active in animal welfare and environment conservation. Today, she'll be speaking to us on the need for value education in today's scenario. Ma'am, please put on your PPT, your presentation. Thank you, ma'am. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for calling me on this wonderful platform to talk about this very important topic, which is need of value education in today's scenario. As we all are facing this very depressive situation of this pandemic, and we as a teacher and parents, we have a great responsibility towards our children and towards our youth. As a counselor, I have been getting so many calls regarding students or the youth or the children who are really facing say they are out of their paths. They don't know where to go now. They are so depressed, nervous, and they don't have the confidence to face the futuristic situations or the current situations around them. So I think here comes the need of the value education. Value education, let's start with the meaning, the literal meaning of the value education. Value obviously means to be of worth, means value added to the education makes a person worthy. We as teachers and parents, we need to look forward towards this neglected, we can say, a part of education. We have in our education system, I all remember this. You might have also had an experience. We used to have all the subjects, and I preferably would recall this. We used to have moral science as a subject, other than these science and language subjects. And a teacher used to come, and we have to have a very wonderful storybook of moral values. And the teacher used to come and teach, just read the stories, or would ask us to read the stories, and she would just go away. Now, as teachers, I have been facing a lot of problems, for students to make them understand the value of education. Value education, as the words, as the important aspect of it, is to add value to the life. Value education definitely helps the students to become more sensible and more responsible. It reflects the sense of right and wrong. Value education means inculcating in the children a sense of humanism, a deep concern for the well being of others and nation. Definitely, if we care for others, we understand the value of others, we will definitely uh, help our surroundings, our environment to flourish in a better way. We would be able to survive, and you will definitely understand the real perspective of life. Nowadays, when students, call up for asking, ma'am, I'm not able to understand what to do next, and if I had a, if students just say ki I had a breakup. At a very young age, they are involved into relationships, and they definitely have breakups because they don't understand the values of relationship, the connection they form with friends or other, relatives. Now here comes the importance of value education. If we saw the seeds of core essential values in a very early age, the students will definitely help, these values will help them to understand the real perspective of life, and they will definitely lead to a successful life ahead. Now, importance of value education, how we can understand. We can easily understand with the help of this train track. Suppose life is a train, obviously, and if we don't have a track behind us or beneath us, how can we, go with a smooth life? How can we imagine? So, the value of education is so important, and nowadays it is, it is of, I just always, whenever I go for some lectures or something, I always ask the students or the children who are, having problems, to go in an open space, to a place where trees are planted, where birds are there. Just go and have a look and understand the real sense of life, or you can say the real purpose of life, and the brightness of life, why this life has been given to us, the importance of life. Now, value education, these core essentials are very helpful to help the students understand the connectivity, the sense of right and wrong, the ethics, and the purpose of life. And the most important thing is to live in the moment, to enjoy the moment which they are in, instead of worrying about future. Now, core human values. What are the core human values? As we all know, love, peace, loyalty, kindness, compassion, gratitude, appreciation. There are many more. But I preferably look forward and pay attention to conservation of nature and compassion and kindness, peace, love, especially the core essential, I would say, and I always suggest to my kids also and to my students also, the conservation of, we need as teachers, parents, or educationists, we need to make our students know the connectivity which we have towards nature. We need to understand, we need to make them clear that we are not only the physical body, we are not only the physical being. We have three layers of our. the physical self of us, the mental self, and the spiritual self. And not to forget, we need to nourish the roots, and roots are our spiritual self. If our spiritual self, our subconscious mind is healthy enough, definitely we are going to have a healthy environment around us and a very clear perspective of life. So, conservation of nature and being more and more close to nature, feeling that connectivity to nature is very very important for students and youths and children of today's generation. So I always look forward and try to teach or try to advise the students to just have a if you have a space, leave a patch of land to have trees or plants. And if you don't have, you can have a terrace garden. Not always a garden, obviously. You can plant a simple small plant on your terrace. That is also more than enough. In your balcony you can plant trees, you can have some plants in your pots and see them growing, care for them. This will definitely help. Now, as a environmentalist, and I also work for animal welfare also, so I always advise my students to be more and more responsible for your neighborhood, for your environment, for the nature, because they are going to help you out in a very clear way. As we all are facing this pandemic, we are, very much clear about the need of conserving our nature. Here, I would like to mention a very important message of Rabindranath Tagore. The highest education is that which does not merely give us information but makes our life in harmony with all existence. We need to synchronize ourselves toward to ourselves, to our spiritual, mental, and physical self, and also to the outer surroundings of ours, the friends, relatives, and the neighborhood. We need to take care of it. And these core values will definitely help to make the well balanced personality, to bring out the best of our characters, personality. Values reflect our sense of right and wrong, as we already mentioned. Values obviously help us to understand what is wrong and what is right, what we need to do and what we need not to go with it. So, I mean, they give you a sense of clarity, a very clear perspective of your thoughts and towards life, the very clear perspective what you have to do and what not to do. They make you confident, they make you feel more tolerant, responsible for situations, because life is a struggle. You can't imagine a life like a bed of roses. You can't imagine life always being happy. So it's very important to understand this aspect of life, that whenever the problem comes, you have to be strong enough. You need to prepare yourself to face the situation. And these values, these core values of gratitude, appreciation, love, peace, conserving your environment, kindness, compassion will definitely help you out to bring the best out of you. So, uh, obviously, value education in today's scenario, I think, need to be taken more care of. And instead of just being a formality in the curriculum of today's education and the syllabus, I think it should be, you know, bring forward, brought forward, and should be taken more seriously. And we should be responsible for it, being the basic building blocks of the strong personality. A well balanced personality is definitely based on these core values. The core values help us to grow, to be caring, confident, respectful, and this is something we need for a happy and successful life. We need that peace, sense of peace in our life. So that is what is important, and we need to understand this, and we need to inculcate these to our children, to our students, to our youths, and we need to understand our responsibility also. हमेशा हम ये नहीं कह सकते कि हमें बच्चों को सिखाना है. It's very important to understand that we are responsible. We are more responsible for our next generation to see what we do. Definitely, as it's very important to say, as taught and caught. Caught students definitely are taught, and definitely they caught. Caught means they pick up things while they see around their environment, while they see their elders doing it. So they follow them. And so it's our responsibility to help them see things what we want to see in their future, or how we want to see them doing. Now, today's scenario, obviously, it is the most important than ever. पहले की बात अगर हम छोड़ दें तो डेफिनेटली टुडे आज का जो हमारा माहौल है उसके हिसाब से we are really more responsible. We need to take it very seriously, these human values. Uh, this time is more than enough to understand the values which we are inculcating in our children and our youths. As parents, as teachers, as leaders or educationists, especially as parents, I would say we have this responsibility, and we must take it seriously. So, as we have already talked about the core essentials of successful life, these values are so important to feed, not feed, we can say, to inculcate in a very raw age, we can say, in a very childhood, when the students or the children are very young. We need to make them clear about the essentials and the importance of these values. We need to teach them. As already I have mentioned before, caught and taught. Values are caught by children as much as they are taught. We must provide and be a good example for our youth. We need to emphasize and look into a good foundation of the character. Definitely, these core values are the foundations, the core essentials of our personality, a well balanced personality. And this is what we all need. We want our children to develop into a well balanced personality, to have a successful life, and to uh, have a clear perspective of life. And we need to take this responsibility very, very seriously. As parents and teachers, I think as parents, we need to understand this, how important it is to make students to have these core essentials. And obviously we are the most important and number one influencers of our children. We are the role model. Children look up to us, what we are doing, and then they follow us. So it is our responsibility, and we need to take it seriously. We definitely need to take it seriously. So now we end this with the very important thought. Do something today that your future self thank you for. And definitely we need to look forward to it. the need of value education has to be, brought on the surface now. It should be given of importance in our curriculum, in our education system, so that we can help our children. Not counselors only will not help us. As teachers and parents, we have more responsibility towards our youths, towards our children. So I think I would like to wind up with this and look forward over to us, respected sir, to have any queries if we can discuss with.
Ma'am, nowadays we are integrating value education with our studies.
Yeah.
With, so, what do you have to say about that? Is that a better way of introducing value education?
So actually, we have integrated obviously in the curriculum, but we don't take it as seriously because we give more importance to the other subjects, may it be language or the science subjects. We are more focused on teaching our students maths, English, or you can say science. We are not that much, serious about making our children know these values, and only inculcating in the curriculum is not enough. As parents, we need to teach our students, be the role model of the students so that they can learn and see and learn. They actually pick the things from the environment.
So, thank you, Mrs. Kiran Prajapati, for having spoken to us on the need for value education in today's scenario. We also thank Dr. Sunita Gandhi for this excellent format of disruptive education, where we meet speakers like Mrs. Kiran Prajapati. And we'd like to inform you that Global Education and Training Institute is committed to transforming education by transforming teaching practices. So watch out for and enroll in GETI teachers training programs. The service teachers training program will begin soon, and a variety of in-service training programs shall follow. For details, visit our website gettylearn.org or call 740-840-1000. Repeat, 740-840-1000. So thank you very much, everybody. Good evening
Thank
and
you
good
so much.
night. And thank you, Prajapati ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for calling me.